Everyone has secrets, things they keep to themselves, no matter what. Some people are more mysterious than others, and Sigma males often top that list. You've probably heard of these quiet, independent guys who keep their thoughts and feelings under wraps. But what's really going on behind those calm exteriors? What truths do they hold close? You might be surprised. There's a lot more to them than meets the eye. Whether you're a Sigma yourself or just curious, there are certain things they will never reveal about themselves. Here are 6 of them. Number 1. They may appear naive, but that's a deliberate act. At first glance, Sigma males might seem a little naive, but don't be fooled. It's all part of their plan. Sigma males are pretty smart individuals. They make people think they're not clued up, so they can watch and learn without others noticing. It's like being undercover. By acting naive, they get to see people's true colors and understand what's really going on. Think about a time when you pretended you didn't know something, just to watch how things played out. Sigma males are doing the same thing, but on a bigger scale. Of course, they're not trying to manipulate people, but this tactic helps them gain insight and understand everyone's motives. If this is called manipulation, then it's for a good cause. Self-preservation, especially if something smells fishy or someone tries to take advantage. Better safe than sorry, right? Some might say Sigma males are like chess players. They're always a few moves ahead, but they don't need to flaunt it. Being underestimated works to their advantage. While others overlook them, thinking they're naive or unsavvy, gather lots of information without raising any eyebrows. They'll let everyone think they're just blending in, but rest assured, they're keeping tabs on everything. But why do they do this? Well, Sigma males don't want people guessing what they think or what they know all the time. By appearing naive, they fly under the radar. People tend to share more or act more naturally around someone they think isn't paying close attention. It's not about being sneaky, it's about protecting themselves and making sure they have the full picture. It's a smart strategy to keep calm and collected while everyone else is caught up in the hustle and bustle. They use this tactic wisely, taking their time to get to know others without revealing their own hand. What looks like naivety is just a clever cover for their deep observation and insight. Number 2. Personal vulnerabilities. Everyone's got something that makes them feel a bit shaky inside, and for some, it's their personal vulnerabilities. Imagine a piece of armor that has a tiny crack. These vulnerabilities are like that crack. There's something that Sigma males, no matter how tough or strong they may seem, quietly carry with them. They're like secrets tucked away that no one gets to see, kind of like a diary you keep under lock and key. For these men, admitting to such cracks is super rare. It's not because they're hiding something bad. It's more about avoiding potential pain. Do you know how when you have a sore spot, you instinctively keep it safe? Vulnerabilities are like those sore spots. They are bits of themselves they worry might get misunderstood if exposed. Sometimes they've had moments in the past that didn't go so well, which has made them extra cautious about opening up. You never know how someone might react when you show them a piece of your heart. They might judge or make fun, and for Sigma males, that's not worth the risk. So instead of risking pain, they keep their vulnerabilities hidden away. It may seem like they have it all together on the outside, but inside, they also have doubts and insecurities just like everyone else. They're just better at hiding them. Number 3. Their hidden judgment of others. Judging others quietly happens more than you'd think. You might not notice it, but Sigma males are sizing things up all the time. It's like having a mental notebook where they jot down notes, even if nobody else sees it. They're not being mean or critical. It's more about letting people reveal themselves over time, just in case someone shows their true colors later on. They're always watching people's behaviors and how they treat others. They're friendly, polite, and seem chill, but inside, they're assessing who's trustworthy and who's putting on a show. The world is full of different people, and not everyone has the same goals or intentions. Paying attention helps them figure out what makes someone tick. They're not judging to find faults. They're just collating information to protect themselves from getting hurt. No matter how hard we try, it's impossible to fully know someone after a few meetings or interactions. Sometimes it takes months or even years of observing someone before we can truly say we understand them. However, Sigma males would never reveal their true thoughts or judgments about someone, no matter what. They're always respectful and polite, even if they have doubts or concerns about someone. Number 4. Childhood traumas. Childhood can be a wild ride, full of ups and downs. We all have memories from when we were little that shaped who we are today. Some are sweet, like birthday parties and fun family vacations, while others, not so much. Deep down, many Sigma males carry around the shadows of tough times from when they were kids. These are those moments when things felt scary or unfair. Sometimes, things happen in childhood that are tricky to explain, and those feelings stick around, like a backpack holding old stories. It's not easy to talk about because who wants to revisit those tough memories? It's personal, and sometimes it feels like nobody would really get it. When thinking about these early days, some Sigma males choose to keep those stories locked up tight. They might not see the point in bringing up the past if it's only going to bring up old feelings they'd rather leave behind. Whether they were teased at school, or how they felt growing up in a strict household, or with an absent parent, these experiences can shape how someone sees the world and how they make choices later on in life. They might feel more independent because as a kid, they were forced to rely on themselves early on. Or perhaps they're super careful with their words because they know how it feels to have your own words turned against you. While these stories often stay hidden underneath the surface, they quietly influence paths and decisions. Sometimes, it's tough to fully understand why someone acts a certain way or has certain beliefs. But if you look closely, you might find clues in their childhood. It's not an excuse for bad behavior, but it can provide some insight into their thought process. Many Sigma males have been through a lot, but they don't like talking about it. They'd rather focus on the present and future, using their past as a lesson to guide them forward. Number 5. Moments of doubt. Have you ever felt unsure about something, like you have a little devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other, both telling you different things? Believe it or not, Sigma males have those moments too. They're not robots, and they definitely don't have everything figured out. Sometimes, they feel uncertain about their choices or actions, just like anyone else. These moments of doubt pop up when least expected. Maybe it happens when they start a new job, or when they're asked to lead a big project. It's like standing at the edge of a diving board and thinking, can I really do this? Their minds might race with what ifs, like, what if I fail? Or, what if I can't do this? The difference is that they don't let these doubts consume them. They might have a little internal debate, weighing the pros and cons of a decision or action, but ultimately, they make their own judgment calls. They trust their own instincts and don't let anyone else dictate their choices. But here's the thing. They never let others know about these moments of doubt. Why? Because they focus on solving the issues on their own. It's not a secret in a bad way, but more about wanting to work through stuff independently. It's their way of testing themselves and seeing what they're capable of. They'd rather keep their doubts to themselves than burden others with their inner battles. It's not about being stubborn or too proud to admit they need help. It's about wanting to prove to themselves that they can handle whatever comes their way. Number 6. They seem quiet, but open up with the right people. Being quiet doesn't mean having nothing to say. Just like how a locked treasure chest doesn't show what's inside, people might not know someone's true thoughts and feelings at first glance. When you first meet someone who doesn't talk much, you might think they're shy or distant. But really, they might just be waiting for the right moment or person to open up to. They're like a book with many chapters, but only a few get to read the full story. When meeting new folks, Sigma males might prefer to listen more than talk. It's not about being rude or uninterested. It's about figuring out who they can trust. They may seem a bit mysterious, but they are just careful about who they let into their world. Once they feel comfortable, you might be surprised by how much they have to share. They can be fun, creative, and full of interesting ideas. It just takes the right kind of person to bring that side out. Maybe you've got a friend like this. At first, they sat quietly in the group, just watching and waiting. But as time went on, they began to share more, and you realized they had some of the coolest stories and thoughts. It's all about finding the right people who get them. They want to feel safe and understood before they spill their thoughts and dreams. You might notice they're quiet in big groups but more talkative one-on-one. In a trusting environment, they can be lively and engaging. They value deep connections over small talk. They're not trying to hide anything. They just choose their moments carefully. When they trust you, it's like you've passed a test, and they feel more relaxed to show their true colors. Do you remember how you felt when you met a friend who just got you? Like you could talk for hours without running out of things to say. That's what Sigma males feel with their chosen people. It's not magic. It's trust. Once they trust you, it's like opening a door to this whole new side of them. You'll hear their ideas, their passions, and even their silly jokes.